Welcome, my name is Lars von Thienen. Welcome to the Foundation for the Study of Cycles. Today is 28th of February. Today will be a special episode because the world is in chaos and I'm not in a happy mood. So I'm living in Germany, in Europe, and let's start this session here with a short time of silence to show our solidarity to the Ukrainian people first. Okay, we are the Foundation for the Study of Cycles, and the purpose of cycles is that we want to provide knowledge for the betterment of all mankind. That's the purpose of the Foundation. And therefore, today we need to talk a little bit about common misconceptions around cycle analysis. Because what happens in the world is maybe also a point in time to think about what we are doing with this knowledge. How do we use cycle analysis to make this planet a better planet for us all, regardless if we talk about markets, if we talk about science, if we talk about health, if we talk about peace, if we talk about global structure, whatever. That's the purpose of the Foundation. So therefore, I want to use today's session to talk a little bit about the misconceptions and also picking up some feedback we receive from users of the cycle application to be sure that we don't get into the wrong way using cycle analysis. I will show you 5 topics today, 5 topics and about misconceptions or key topics. If you are in cycle analysis for a longer period of time, this might not be new to you. If you are new to cycle analysis, you might need to digest even more on the topics I want to talk to you today. Second, we are live today. So as always, I'm here today to also take your questions and go through your questions while we are running here the show today. Okay, so therefore let's get into it. Today is a different one. We will not analyze current markets, but maybe even more important, let's discuss common misconceptions around cycle analysis. Let's start with topic number 1. Topic number 1 I want to talk about is cycles are not a buy or sell trigger on the markets. That might sound so simple for you, but to be honest, often a lot of people just see the plotted cycle below a chart, a financial data series, and then without any further understanding, think, okay, if there is a top, I need to sell. If there's a low, I need to buy. This is the wrong way to use cycle analysis. The cycles and the cycles we show here on these channels are not buy and sell triggers. Cycles we show here show you a dimension of time, which more or less worked in the past in the underlying data set, which gives you an indication of timing indication. It is not treated as an indicator or like you maybe see on technical analysis charting platforms. It's not a simple indicator which just allows you to pull the trigger, buy and sell. If you don't know how to read it and just want to get an indicator to buy or sell something in the global financial markets, please don't become or be a member of the Foundation for the Study of Cycles. We are not a trading group. We don't provide signals to enter or exit markets. That's not the place to be. We are scientific scientists want to analyze data sets and want to find underlying cycles. For sure, you can do this in financial data sets, but if you are just on the hunt for the next indicator to make money, this is not the place. We are not here to make profits. That's not the foundation for the study of cycles. And I need to make this point upfront, because 80 or 90% of the questions are often related to trading questions or just simple questions about how to use this in the trading environment. And even further, how can I use this with TradingView? Please be aware, we are the foundation for the study of cycles. We are not the foundation to provide entry and exit signals for your individual get-rich-fast strategy. That's the wrong place. Maybe I'm sorry to becoming emotional in this session here, but I need to make some clear statement about what cycle analysis is, what cycle analysis is not. So that was the first point, what you please should not expect, and please send me questions around that. Yeah, and we as a foundation are not here to provide trade recommendations. Second point, let's move on to another key topic. Cycles are not static. Cycles do rhyme. That's another and maybe also a very important topic. Even though we try to plot the cycle on whatever visualization platform as a sine wave, because this is the perfect symmetric form of a cycle described in mathematical terms. So that's easy for everyone to plot a cycle on a time axis or whatever. However, in nature or in the real environment we are living in, we are not living in a mathematical clean design world. We are living in a natural environment where the cycles are not perfectly even. So therefore, we try to simplify our view on cycles by using these static projections into the future. So the ups and downs, which continue to go into the future, maybe endless. And this is a static plot of a cycle, a symmetric static plot into the future. But this is not what real cycles do. If you go to some explanations about cycle, the simple term is they rhyme. So rhyming means it's the law of vibration. So a cycle has a given length, so from low to low, but this length is varying from one cycle to the other around a core in a length period. So sometimes it will be 100 units, then another time it will be 105 units, then it will be 95 units, whatever. You will never see a clean length. Same with the phase. The phase is also varying. The phase means so where you are in the cycle. So the length is static, but then it shifts to left or right where the bottom is. So this is the second parameter, which is not static. The third parameter is the amplitude of this cycle. The amplitude also varies. And if you combine all these three parameters, amplitude, phase, and length, and don't keep it constant, it's not jumping around, but it's fluctuating a little bit around the core parameter. The projection line into the future, and that's what we are looking for into the future, will not give you fixed points which are nailed on the time axis. They might shift. So you need to update your cycle analysis on fresh data. Never trust a static projection into the future just alone. Cycles will change over time. And that's why we also see failures based on static projection you might have done if the cycle is shifting. So the important part is to detect, do cycles shift in regards to length or in regards to phase? So that's the second topic. We always do, if you look at the chart, and if we are doing this here on the channel, if we plot cycles on the chart, you always see a static projection into the future based on the current situation. But this projection into the future is just a time flip, yeah, like a photo of today looking into the future. But the photo looking into the future tomorrow might look different. But that's the nature. Cycles rhyme, cycles change their inner structure. Therefore, you need to update your analysis every time, constantly. That's also the key if we talk about dynamic cycles. Dynamic cycles change, you need to detect them. So be aware of that the simplified plot of a cycle, which looks very easy and clean, is just the mathematical simplification of what really happens. And please be aware that you make sure that you allow fluctuations of the length and the phase, which means real turns of the underlying data set will often not be at the exact point of lows and bottoms which are projected in the future. They will vary. So even though cycles are used for timing information, you need to be aware of these fluctuations. So that's the second point. So because I often see charts where then I'm shown that the whatever top or low is not aligned exactly as projected, and that's due to the nature that cycles are not static. Please take this into account. Let's move on. A third really important topic, if we do cycle projections here on market data and global market data and financial assets, cycle projections do not provide price targets. What we are doing here with a cycle projection is time-based analysis. So the cycles we are analyzing here on this data set provide time projections, cycles in time. So if you look at the cycle plot on a data set, the swings are overlaid often on a price chart, but this is no indication on what the absolute price movements will do. So please don't see cycle projections as price projections. There are special cases how you can use cyclic time-based information for price projection, but that's more than kind of derivative of cycle information, because if you know a cycle length and maybe the half of the cycle has passed, so then it turns up, so you can measure what the downswing was, and then you expect the same amount of upswing. But that's not the pure cycle projection. That's a kind of derivative you are using based on the time information you have to derive price projection. The primary usage of cycle analysis happens in the time domain. Yeah, often we convert it into frequency to do our frequency analysis on the spectrum, but let's keep this as mathematical digital signal processing stuff. You need to be aware cycle analysis and what you see on the chart is time-based projection, not price-based projection. And even if you do composites, when we add different cycles on top of each other, it looks like then we are seeing where the main bottom might be occur. That's wrong. Even if the composite then stacks up and you see a major low, this must not be the major low in regards to the absolute price. This is where all the down projections of these cycles align. So you see a cluster in cycles where a bottom should place. This does not mean always that in regards to the absolute price, that this will be the absolute price bottom. So please treat the cycles projection as a guidance based on time. And that's also the beauty of a cycle projections, because they give you time-based targets, not price-based targets. And time-based targets are not easy to get. Yeah? Most technical analysis is just purely based on price, not time. So therefore, there is not much in the area of time-based projections. So, but let's move on. This was the third important topic. Now, the fourth important topic up is cycles improve the usage of technical analysis. So often, it sounds like, or at least I often see it, there's the camp of technical analysis and the experts and the certificates you can get in technical analysis. And there then on the other end, there's this cycle analysis camp with these strange people who do cycle analysis. But this has nothing to do with technical analysis. Whoa! Cycle analysis. Woo! A strange guy, a nerd doing cycle analysis. Whoa! That's not technical analysis. So these two camps, sometimes they are in clinch to each other. Sometimes they say cycle analysis is not technical analysis. I think technical analysis has lots of gaps in regards to cycle analysis. And on the other hand, cycle analysis is also not taking the bridge over to technical analysis. So therefore, hey, we need to bridge the gap between technical analysis and cycle analysis, because cycle analysis can greatly improve technical analysis if you understand what is happening. And therefore, that's a key misconception. Technical analysis works on the price chart, mainly dealing with price and all the indicators, which are calculations based on price, movements of price. But every calculation in regards of this technical analysis is limited or designed on a special window of time the calculation on price happens. A day, a second, 10 days, 13 days, whatever you define. And I think this is a forgotten knowledge, how to set the right time window in the area of technical analysis. No one, or almost no one, talks about how to set the correct windows of time in the area of technical analysis. It's just by chance, just by curve fitting, just use a computer, find some time window in the past based on backtesting, based on over-optimizing, whatever method you use. Of course, no one knows what to do. If you have from the area of cycle analysis a clue what are the key lengths of dominant cycles in the markets, and even if you're not a fan of doing cycle projections, then at least you can use this information about the key lengths, which are there somehow. They have been proved to be there based on digital signal processing. You can use this information then as an input for your technical analysis, because then you set the window of time in the area of technical analysis to the correct vibration, to the correct rhythm of the market, which will give you much more exact readings of technical analysis indicators. And it doesn't matter which one. I often use the RSI to demonstrate that. But if you combine this knowledge, and as I said, I'm not here to improve trading or technical analysis, but please take this knowledge, what you get here from this channel on cycle length information. Every week on Monday, I will show you key length in main markets here. Even if you skip the time-based projection on that, take this length information and think a little bit about that, how to tune your technical analysis based on the length you get here from this channel, or you get from cycle analysis if you use other software or tools out there. So that's key. Okay. Okay. So that's the fourth topic. So let's switch to another misconception here, or key point here. Yeah, and that's a complex one. Cycle detection is public knowledge. Digital signal processing and all the mathematical background you need is written in public books. It's public knowledge. There is no black box, rocket science, secret, something. It's public knowledge. The second topic, cycle forecasting, requires experience and knowledge. And that's the two topics you need to take into account, and you need to have knowledge about what it means, these two sentences. First, let's talk about cycle detection as public knowledge first. You will find lots of platforms or even methods to detect cycles, mainly based, if you go into the area of digital signal processing, it's a kind of Fourier spectrum frequency analysis you will find. There are then special treatments on that, and I think one of the best platforms out there is from Timing Solutions, from Sergey, which is developing timing solutions, which is deeply into this kind of signal processing and improving that topic. There are lots of simplified tools and different charting platforms available. For sure, you can use also here what we provide as the foundation for the study of cycle. But hey, this is public knowledge. This is not invented by anyone now making this public. And even Hurst cycles is public knowledge. I mean, it's not easy to get the book, but hey, it's all written for years. It's out there. That's not the key. And please don't think if you buy whatever cycle analysis software, yeah, the kind of Ferrari with timing solution, or just a simple plugin for your charting platform, or our cycles application we provide to every member here at the foundation. It's more or less the same technology. Yeah. Maybe it's from a marketing perspective, it's sold differently, but it's just using public knowledge. Point one. The second, the key is, and that's why I think what we try to provide, use whatever tool you want, you can even code it on your own. The key is to skip detected cycles in your projection, so to know when to use a detected cycle for your projection and when not to use it, or to say it in different words, when to trust detected cycles and when to mistrust detected cycles. And that's something which I would say up to now, no machine or computer is able to deliver out of the box. So the detection, there are, let's say, cycle detection engine shows you here are 5 or 10 cycles in this data set, yeah, which are active based on high-end digital signal processing. However, a machine is not able to tell you if this or which of these 5 or 10 cycles should be used for forecasting. So therefore, the experience and knowledge which is required to filter out the cycles which provide you usage, making your own projection and not, is something, yeah, which is not just something you can learn and do. It's a kind of art. It's a kind of, and that's therefore we are a lot of people here on the board of the Foundation for the Study of Cycles, because each of us has its different way of how to use this information in his own work. And there's not just one usage. And even the guest we have here on the channel, Peter Eliades, and all the other great cycle analysis, they have all found their own view or their own usage on how to use the more or less public information which you can get from applications or just measuring the cycles, and bringing this over to your own knowledge and experience how to use it. And there's not one book, there's not only one method, there's not one algorithm to do this. This is what you need, and this will take time. So please don't think you buy a cycle analysis software, put on the trigger, and then let's go back to my first point, and then you think you just buy and sell stocks on the market. This is a misconception, because now I hope we have closed the loop. It will take lots of time, and that's now something in this world. Or let's get back to the situation where we are in. Please think for yourself. Are you willing to invest time to build your own knowledge and experience for cycle analysis? Are you willing to? If not, maybe you should not get into cycles, because you will be disappointed. We need to take time to build our own knowledge, how to use this cyclic information. And that's the science on this topic. The science and the study of cycles is not finished. We think that cycles are the fundamental forces and which help us to get a better living here on the planet, being it health, weather, and other topics here. But the cycles are not here just to make profit. That's a topic, and therefore maybe today or this week or the situation we are in now is maybe a time to think about, what do you expect from cycle analysis for your own living, for your own goals? How should cycles help you in your goals? And each of us must find his own answer on that. There's not one answer. There's not the foundation for the study of cycles who can provide you one answer. So therefore, I hope maybe this session is there to give you some ideas. Please think about your cycle analysis, what to expect from these charts you see here on the channel. We don't spend enough time to think about, what do I see here? How do I use this information? And what is my goal? And therefore, for me, it was very important to bring out these 5 topics here, because we are so in a rush on this planet. We want to squeeze every news in 2 sentences out here. We just want to get the information. What do I need to do? Buy, sell, run, stay? What should I do? At least the foundation for the study of cycles is here to discuss a broader view on that. And I hope, please join this channel to get a broader view on cycles. And please do not expect us to give you weekly market forecast here. At least, and let's give it now a positive spin at the end of this session here, I want to use real-time data for what we're doing here. So I want to use current market environments to apply our cycle analysis techniques here, because what I personally hate also is using stuff from the past, 10 years ago, and then showcase, oh, okay, this is a great method, approach, whatever tool. I mean, the internet is full of this, you name it. So therefore, the purpose of this channel here and the foundation for the cycle of study and why I'm here every week is, let's view current data. Let's see what cycle analysis shows us today. And we can learn each week also from failures of our projections. We learn more from failures than from the good projections here. And if you're willing to learn, if you want to improve your skills, that's the place to be. That's the place here to join. That's the place here to talk about cycle analysis. I'm here to provide at least every week something new, some inspiring concepts, some data sets will hopefully inspire you, get some ideas. So that's the purpose we are here, and that's the purpose I hope you will get the spirit of the foundation for the study of cycles. Yeah, and that's it for today. So I'm happy to take your questions. We are running 30 minutes, but I promise this will be a different session this week. And I thought there are sometimes situations when you should step back from what you're doing and maybe think about, what am I doing? What am I expecting? What's my goal? And how can we work together to work for the betterment of all mankind here on this planet? And this is not making profits on financial markets. It's not. There are more important things on this planet here we want to solve with cycle analysis. So, I see maybe I was a little bit too emotional today, but at least some way I'm just a human. I'm not a bot. I'm not digital. I'm a real human. Thanks for staying with me. Thanks for staying the time. Maybe also this kind of emotional discussion on cycle analysis. But yeah, hey, that's it. That's a perspective of one of the members of the board. There are different perspectives from cycles. That's just one perspective. And please, next week we will continue with market analysis with using real market data sets as promised. And I hope until next week we can see improving situations here on our planet and on the earth. So thanks for today. I hope have a nice week. Stay safe, and we will meet next time, same place, Monday, 6 o'clock local time, Central European time. Thanks for today. Bye.